What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. And this one I'm going to be continuing to show you how to make the security breach Atrium in Minecraft. This is part 8, and in this one we're going to be doing the underside here. All of the, little restaurant things here. At least marking them. We don't do the banner letters yet. That'll be for the beginning of next part. Yep. Along with fixing those things I mentioned over there that I thought were missing, and just, confirming that I have everything. Whatever part that was that I had mentioned that was not there and that I needed to check stuff. But anyway, with that being said, enjoy the tutorial and I will catch you on the flip side. Alright, so before we start that lower level wow, that is very open. I want to do a couple things here on the right side. As I had mentioned in one of the parts, I thought there was something missing here. There's actually more than one thing that I missed, so that's exciting. We also do have to make a minor adjustment. It's nothing crazy. I think it's literally just moving a row or removing a row of red concrete. But I'll have to confirm that once we are at that point. You're just going to get out for this first thing. You want orange concrete, block of coal, item frame, black carpet, light gray carpet, pale oak fence, mangrove trapdoors, barrier, and red carpet. So to start, if you are looking at this side here, it'll be where the I guess not the Fazzy Blast doors, the doors between Fazzy Blast and Roxy Raceway lobbies. You want to be on this left escalator of these two, and you're going to be just right of it on this. I think it's the first magenta. Is it the first? It should be. It's the second magenta, so just count one over. And you'll place a block of coal and extend it back by one, which will be towards those doors. Place orange concrete to the right, and then black carpet on top of that 2x2. Off of the back block of coal, you'll place an item frame off the back. Heading to the right more of these two doors. First off, if you look at this particular red concrete here, you want to... You may have to push the painting when you do this, but essentially you want to make sure you have two rows of red on either side of the painting. You're going to do this, again, you may have to move the painting, but you want to break the leftmost row of red concrete. You might want to place magenta there, we'll get to that in a second though. I will actually get rid of the orange concrete, block of coal, item frames, and black carpet, and get out red concrete. Magenta wool, I guess. And I don't think we'll need anything else. No, because the stone doesn't move. And I'll just kind of fill some magenta wool there. This row of red concrete against the doorway, I'll actually extend right a row. And then remove the original one. And I'll bring the magenta in. If you don't have a second row of cyan there, you want to make sure that you do place one. And then this will end up having stone built directly off of it. If you do want to mark that, you can like this. I wouldn't worry about it, but just kind of as a... That'll be there later. Ordeal. If you're looking at this opening here, you want to take the, again, this middle row of red concrete with that painting, and left of it you'll place a light gray carpet. Extending from this angle forward diagonally left, then forward diagonally right 2, back diagonally right, and then fill in the center. Directly off of this singular red concrete strip, you're going to extend towards you with a pale oak fence. 2 mangrove trapdoors off the top half of that. Coming forward, you'll have to crouch to place the second one. Pale oak fence. Barrier. Mangrove trapdoor. They should all be at the top half. Pale oak fence. Mangrove trapdoor. Barrier. Pale oak fence. 2 barriers. Pale oak fence. Barrier, and then you'll go forward diagonally left with a pale oak fence. On each of the fences and barriers, I'll place red carpet, but I will leave the mangrove trapdoors alone. Hopefully everyone is having a good day or night. I am for the most part. I love this build. You can clear your inventory. I would again recommend keeping your barriers just for later, although not in your hotbar. And get out the following. Cyan terracotta. Nether brick fence. Blackstone walls, diorite walls, blackstone slabs, And maybe pale oak signs, glowing sex, and red dye. This is only if you're not on PC Minecraft, either Java or Bedrock. If you're on, you know, console or mobile even. I would, if you're building this in mobile, I gotta give that one to you, though. There are 2 cyan terracottas we need to mark. This pale oak fence with the mangrove trapdoor on both sides of it, you're gonna directly kind of behind it on this magenta plus the cyan terracotta. The pale oak fence to the right of that fence you just used, you'll be back diagonally right from it and place another one. These will be 3 blocks apart. Some blocks here you won't be able to place, so just ignore them, but I guess I'll explain that more in a second. Place a nether brick fence on either cyan terracotta. And then you want to place 3.5 blackstone blocks with slabs moving up, so just 7 slabs. Surround the bottom blackstone block and blackstone walls. If a red carpet gets in your way, remove it. If there's a wall in your way, just kind of cry about it, I guess. Because there is going to be this corner of the doorway that gets in your way, so yeah. The center of each blackstone wall row, like the middle of the 3, you'll bring up with a diorite wall. These 2, again, it'll just be the edges closest to that corner, but can't obviously place them on anything. And then you'll place another brick fence on each of the diorite walls. These do connect to the doorway a little weirdly, but it is what it is. We also need some out of order signs. So if you're familiar, you can just place it. I'm going to head over to the opposite corner here, the daycare hallway entrance. I don't remember what it was. And I'm just going to go control and whatever block pick is. And it should give me this sign with that if I look at it in my inventory, it says plus data. And instead of having to retype it, I can go back over and then place the signs there. They are... Do you only have 1? You might only have 1, actually. Yeah, because the other one would be blocked. So this center row, like this polished blackstone wall, the bottom left wall you're placing that pale oak sign on. And if you do need to type it manually, you can see how that looks. Although it is always nicer when you don't have to, because it's just not fun, you know? For this next step, you can clear your inventory as I still intently look at the sign and get out the following. You don't need much. You just need blue terracotta, stone, and stone slabs. And you can head pretty much directly below where you are, actually. And you're going to find the Fazerblast sub-lobby entrance door, which is this one right here. It's a little bit off, but not directly under. I'm going to take not the bottom row of gray concrete, but 1 row up, and I'll be taking the center one. And that's a good voice crack. I will extend this out with 46 blue terracotta. Like so. Then a stone. Gap of 1, and then another stone. And then from there, you're going to place 9 blue terracotta. And then extend right by 1, which will be towards the center of the atrium, or I guess towards the elevators there. I'll extend either stone up by 1 and then connect those top ones together with an opposite down stone slab. And then from this point, you're just bringing the blue terracotta up. And you should kind of... I am on the back row there, I guess. So that's a little bit unfortunate. I don't think that means I'm off. No, you're supposed to actually connect to that end one. The reason we have an extra row is because the... like, little restaurant things under here actually have stairs at the top of them. So you end up... you're in line with that blue terracotta with them, and then the stairs end up making you need an extra block for the ceiling. You'll see what I mean later, but yeah. I don't really have anything to say. I don't know. I haven't been doing a ton of Minecraft recently. I've been doing actual work. I do apologize again to members for the lack of any content. I just have not had time to record, but we're here now, so... hopefully I can record 3 videos today, but we'll see if I have the energy for that. You can clear, like, 3 materials and get out the following. You want red concrete, cyan concrete, which we might not use, but I want to get out anyway. Prismarine walls, red nether brick walls, block of iron, black concrete. And I might just go with that. I'm not gonna lie. Because I want to at least get... We'll go cyan terracotta, actually. And maybe blue terracotta again. We might as well. Because I want to at least get all these marked, and then we can start worrying about the details separately. Oh, yeah, we have to make like 3 million banner letters. Oh, Lord, that's not going to be fun. So you want to make sure you're looking towards the Atrium, not the Atrium lobby, the Pizzaplex lobby. That's what I'm trying to say there. As you do this, and you're going to head to this one row of blue terracotta that sticks out on the right. You're going to just directly left of it place a red concrete. Then you're going to place a red nether brick wall going left. Prismarine wall. Red concrete. From that point, I'm going to take either red concrete and extend it forward by 3. And then extend each row up an additional row. The back 3 red I will extend up again. And then the back 2 I will extend up another 4 times. And you should end up in line with the... Or against the ceiling, I should say. As for the walls in the middle, you're going to take the prismarine wall on the left and extend it up 1. Right 1. Up 1. And then I'll place a red nether brick wall left of it. You should then be able to place 4 cyan concrete on either wall row, and that'll give you this. You're going to have to make this shape a lot. The one thing we'll also need here is torches for them, and if you take the 3rd cyan up or the 2nd one down, you'll place torches on either cyan. I'm trying to think if these lights have a weird color, because I was going to say if the copper torches come out by the time this is released, that'd be an interesting alternative. But I don't actually know if they're going to be out, so we'll see. You want to take the red concrete here on the left side, and I think it should be the back one. Yes, yeah, the back one. You want to extend this red concrete to the left with 15 blocks of iron. Then a red concrete, red nether brick wall, prismarine wall, red concrete, 15 block of iron, red concrete, red nether brick wall, prismarine wall, red concrete, then again 15 block of iron, red concrete, red nether brick wall, prismarine wall, red concrete, then a cyan concrete. This particular cyan you want to extend forward by 3, and then place a black concrete. As a side note, this row of cyan is really not that useful right now. It's going to end up entirely covered on the bottom, but it will have to get brought up, so that's why we place it. Since you can kind of see it like when the red goes in and does the funny curve. From this block, you're going to go forward diagonally left with a red concrete. Then forward by 7. Then from there, you want to extend left by 8, I want to say that was. I'm bad at math, yeah, 8. Then you'll go back diagonally left by 2. Then from this block, you want to go left by 14. Forward diagonally right by 2. Left by 7. Back diagonally left 2. Left by 14. Forward diagonally left 2. Then left by what should be 7 again, I think? No, 8 this time. Yeah. So that was 8 left, just for clarification. And then back by 5. Now, before we continue, I want you to confirm one thing here. If you take these center 2 red concrete here, I'm just going to note these coordinates. It's 1131 and 1130. You can see the coordinate that's moving as I go back and forth. Check. You can actually literally just fly forward to the lobby, and you see you may have this light gray thing here. If not, okay. Why do I have holes here? Why? Oh, because I didn't structure block. That's why. But it's lined up at the back of the elevator, which is 1131 and 1130. Alternatively, you can also come above and check that it's just between these two elevators, which, again, if I mark 1131 and 1130, you see that I am centered. This is the bottom center of the atrium. I don't really think there's any other words to say. And again, you can confirm that everything is symmetrical here, just making sure like this row in total is 9, and same with that side. And then it could be 8 for the center there, and then it'd be 15 and 15. So yeah, just kind of some checking to make sure that everything is lined up. Anyway, behind this row of red here on the far left, you'll place a cyan. Extend left one, back one, back with a black concrete, and then back with 4 cyan. And I want to say that should line up with the other side. Negative 892 and negative 892. Would you look at that? You can get rid of your... Well, before we do, I recommend actually bringing up the prismarine and red nether brick walls over here. Did the same thing we did on the first one. You'll extend the prismarine wall up, right, up, and then left at the top one, you'll place a red nether brick wall. Basically, it's the lightning door pattern. Like so. You can then get rid of those 2 walls and get out polished tough walls and polished deep slate walls. And extending left of this backmost cyan concrete, you want to place a red concrete, 2 polished tough walls, red concrete, and then I am going to make sure this is the same. Yes, 15 block of iron, red concrete, 2 polished tough walls, red concrete, 15 block of iron, red concrete, 2 polished tough walls, red concrete, and then finally 15 more block of iron, red concrete, 2 polished tough walls, red concrete, cyan terracotta, which will then be brought forward by 3, and then you'll go forward diagonally left with a blue terracotta. If you bring up this blue terracotta, it seems like I am a block off. Let me confirm to make sure this isn't a problem though. If I check this, this is 1224. And not that that's important. If I just like bring down a random point that is, you see I have the row of light blue, and then I have 2 magenta, and then that blue. So I'm going to go check on the original real quick to make sure that is the case. I have the light blue, and then it is actually another row of light blue for me. And then, so it'd be, I'll just use cyan. It's light blue here for this wall, then it's a gap, and then blue. So that is correct. If you end up having the issue where you're a block short, you can just bring this blue another row here. But you should hopefully line up properly with what I just said, basically. For at least a daycare sub lobby. With those kinds of numbers, like, you can't confirm that you're going to be correct, so you kind of just have to hope that everything ends up lining up properly with that. But, yeah. And I can remove this marker, but I will leave the blue terracotta extended up there, because I do know that that is kind of important. Alright, so, yeah, just kind of now that everything, or it's confirmed that most of our things are in the correct position, we can end up doing the next thing, which is bringing up the doorways, or tending to them in general. The polished tough walls, you'll just extend each one up with 2 polished deep slate walls, which will give you these doors. As for the red concrete and things, it's the same thing that we did on that far one. So I'm actually going to go over to that side and just kind of reiterate from that side, because I don't quite remember it. I'll extend either red concrete on the sides of the door forward by 3. Each row forward can be brought up by 1. Back 3 can be brought up another row, and then the back 2 will be brought up an additional 4 rows to connect into the blue terracotta. Above the doorway, I'll fill in the top here with cyan concrete, and then I'll have torches at the third cyan up. Yet again, the red's forward by 3, and hopefully you should get the drill by this point. Yeah, it's really nothing insane. And you'll notice when you do this one here again, you'll kind of cover or mask that row of cyan concrete for now, but it'll show itself later. And then we'll probably end up just filling these out entirely because I'm thinking about the banner letters right now especially, and I just don't want to have to wait and do them later. So I'll probably end up having them done sooner rather than later. And then we'll start marking forward on the left side here, which will then eventually lead us to being able to do the floor. Hopefully the floating isn't too bothersome for you all, because I do realize that it is more convenient to build on the floor a lot of the time, but in a situation like this, it doesn't matter a ton, I don't think, because it's not like I'm using blocks that apply to gravity. But also sometimes it's just like, I think of survival builders a lot, but I'm like, if you're building this in survival, I have questions, and a lot of them, frankly. Especially the Atrium, like, specifically. I guess it's better than Poppy Playtime too, but still. Security Breach overall would definitely be more parts, I think, if you took every segment. Anyway, you should end up with this, and that does look kind of cool, actually. Do we want to... Which one do we want to do first? Let's get the middle out of the way, because the middle has the most... kind of the most going on, I guess. I'm not entirely sure. You can clear your inventory regardless to start here, and you want to immediately get back out red concrete, or do what I did and just don't get rid of it. Along with light gray concrete, white concrete. Why'd I close that? Ah, God. Black concrete. Polished diorite slabs. Polished blackstone slabs. Purple slabs. Red nether brick stairs. Polished blackstone stairs, and that's a full inventory. Splendid. So I do believe, other than the left side not going as far back, that both sides are symmetrical. So what we can end up doing is, on the very corner red concrete on, again, both the far right and far left, you want to place purple slab. A purple slab on each. Whoopsies. Just inside of it, I will place, extending up from this red concrete, 4 more red concrete. I'll then extend this row of red concrete back by 2 rows, and out of those 3, the middle row will be brought left and right as well, which will give you kind of a plus shape. It's supposed to be a circular pillar, but this is Minecraft with a 3x3 space, so it's not happening. And with slabs involved. All the bad things. On the back side, I did actually lie. You can remove that back row, and I'm going to place a light gray concrete in place of the bottom red out of those 4. I'll extend it back with 2 white concrete and then another light gray concrete. And then either side light gray, I'll extend up with 2 white and a light gray again. And then those light grays I'll connect together with white, which will give you a funny little circle. I don't know. It's a weird circle, but it's like how you'd make a nether portal if it was a 2x2. Or I guess a 4x4. No, 2x2 is more correct. On both of them, if you look at it, you want to take the bottom left and top rights and place white concrete in them, and then the other 2 light gray concrete. It's specific that these aren't mirrored because logo. That's all just logo. On the front again, you want to take the still this front row of red concrete on these pillars and extend right from it with a purple slab. and then 6 polished blackstone stairs. Also on the far center one here, which is going to be this guy, you'll place a purple slab on either end of red concrete with your 6 polished blackstone stairs in the center again. On each other red concrete here on the front specifically, you do want to place purple slabs. Does this count over the... It does count also actually in front of the logos on the sides, but you don't... On the right side specifically where you have the red concrete going further, you don't want to fill further because that red concrete should become a wall according to my calculations. Yeah, so I will actually bring these red up by 4 because I might as well right now. I'll reiterate that in a second though. I don't want to overwhelm you all. It's like, oh yeah, do 6 things at the same time. If we actually do head over to the right side anyway, you can just again bring these 2 rows of red up by 4. And then around the... Where the purple slabs are, this line, you want to place alternating polished diorite and polished blackstone slabs just going around the kind of area here. Just follow the slabs, really, that's it. No extra blocks in the corners or anything, you're just directly following. You will connect weirdly to the polished blackstone stairs, just ignore it, it's fine. Not ideal, but it is what it is. Oopsies, that's the corner. And this one won't be symmetrical either because you do have a 2-block center, but not really a huge deal necessarily, and you should end up with this. You can actually follow that shape with a checkerboard pattern on the top. Now, it's up to you if they're in line or not. Actually, they can't be. I'll explain why in a second, but I'm going to end up taking the right side pillar here, and I'm going to place like a black concrete off this right concrete, or do I want to do a white? No, I'll do a black, and then you'll surround it in white concrete, black off the side of each white, etc., and you just want to make sure that you never have 2 of the same color touching, other than on the diagonals. And yeah, if you follow the shape of these slabs, you can pretty much just do like 3 rows deep at the front here, like this. And again, just like follow the trajectory of this. The reason it can't be the same is because of these corners on the bottom, how we end up switching still, but on the top we don't on the diagonals. Just the way that it works. But yeah. Do I want to do 3 thick from this particular block? Actually, you should just straighten out on the front. Once you hit that like point where you curve in a little bit, you'll just end up going straight across here. I thought it followed, but it doesn't. I forgot that we kind of need a sign on here. As in a couple banner letters. That's the sign. There's nothing crazy to it. But yeah, you're really just, I guess, following the shape for the sides and stuff. And yeah. Anything, I guess, important? Yeah, I'm hoping between this part and next part we'll be able to finish all of these things. They take a while. I will say for sure, and then, you know, we'll be able to get to back to layout, and eventually the floor will be done. Not as soon as I was originally anticipating, but... So yeah, it should look like this. Going around the checkerboard pattern, you want to place red nether brick stairs, just following the same shape. On the left and the right, they should go back and connect into the... Well, at least on the... It connects into the red on the right, but not the left, as far as I'm aware. Let me double check, though, because... Okay, so it's weird. On the left side here, which is where I am, you go back, and if you just, like, look where that black concrete is, you want to end up going... Sorry, give me a sec. You're going to end up going in line with it, and then one more stair back that faces kind of backwards like that. And then on the right side, you end up connecting into the red concrete, but not fully. If you go across here and just follow the shape... Once you hit that back point, you'll end up, instead of just connecting like this final stair you will face back into the red concrete, so it like kind of curves just before it. And then on these corners you can kind of see that it connects properly. You'll be tired first. No, you'll bring each red nether brick stair up by 1. And that should connect it into the blue terracotta. Cool. What I'm going to end up doing is on the right and the left, these black concrete blocks, or these, like, you know, the singular blocks on the bottom, I'll just bring up. And you might as well also bring up the cyan concrete now. I'll just get rid of whatever for it, since you'll need to clear your inventory next anyway. But yeah, just bring up these cyans to fill in all the gaps and stuff. And you'll be good to go. And then we can keep working on the center bit, because it's not done. The next step we're going to take is... Do we need light blue or orange? I can never tell the difference for some reason. Clear your inventory and get out the following. Light blue concrete. Orange concrete. And black stone slabs. That's all we're going to get out. On the polished black stone stair rows, each of them... sorry, you want to go left to right and do alternating light blue and orange concretes. On top of each concrete, you'll place black stone slabs. Nice. Do we want to save banner litters? I feel like logically we should just do them now. I like don't want to, but these ones aren't bad. I would honestly recommend like making a little loom station here. I'm going to grab the loom, and where am I gonna just keep it? I'll just pop it on one of these escalators. I'll forget it's there 100% and then remember like a month later. But you can, I guess I won't actually matter too much. I'll see it at some point. For the pizza sign, you need red banners along with yellow and red dye. Pop in your first yellow banner along with your yellow dye and do the line down the right, which is pale sinister. Pop in a red dye and do the full bottom half is red, which is perfect inverted. Yellow dye back in, you'll do line left to right through the center and top, which is fess and chief fess. Line down the left, which is pale Dexter. And then we'll come back to that later, you'll see why. Next banner in, this one's so difficult. Line down the center, which is pale. That's the banner. Next one in, you're going to do line across top and bottom, which is chief fess and base fess. And then diagonal line from top right to bottom left, which is bend sinister. Next one in, you want to do the line across the top with yellow, which is chief fess. Pop in a red dye and do the lozenge pattern, which is the diamond. Yellow dye back in, line down the right and left, which is pale sinister and pale Dexter. Line through the center left to right, which is fess. Put in your red dye in on each of the banners we just made. You want to do the border pattern, or border, however you want to say it. I say border because the E throws me off. So, yeah. I shouldn't, whatever, it's fine. It's gone now. As for lining this up, you can take the machines here in the center. That's what these are. They're soda machines, I think, if I recall. And you don't have a center, unfortunately, so I'm just going to take the leftmost block of this, which is this light blue, trace up, place your red nether brick, or place your red banner off the top red nether brick stair. Right of it, the I, then 2 Z's, that's a third, so close though, and then an A. And it'll be off-centered by a block. Just kind of cry about it, I guess. There's not really a good solution other than that. So, yeah. It is what it is. We're not going to do the rest of the banner letters in this particular... I almost said stream, but it's not a stream in this particular part. But we are going to get all them set up so we can just rip them all out immediately at the beginning of the next part. Get out the following. Andesite walls. Waxed, weathered, cut copper stairs. Yellow concrete. purple stairs, magenta concrete, warp stairs, light blue concrete, and we can do one more, smooth quartz stairs, and pink concrete. So, starting from the furthest left one here, we're going to go along the top row, the backmost red concrete. We're going to take this particular red, and going right of it, you want to place 2 waxed weathered cut copper stairs facing towards you. Then 11 yellow concrete, and then 2 more stairs. For each of these you copy the row going down one more time, but you flip these stairs so they are upside down rather than right side up. Next one over, you want to start from the top row here and going right. You want to place 5 purple stairs, 6 magenta concrete, 4 purple stairs, excuse me. Some of these aren't centered, unfortunately. And then again, you'll copy it down with the magenta, or with the stairs upside down, rather. Next one over, which is the final one on this particular side, you're going to place 4 warp stairs extending over. Then 7 light blue concrete. 4 warp stairs, and then again, you'll copy that row with the stairs upside down. We'll use the andesite walls later, don't worry. I know I kind of just grabbed them out and refuse to elaborate. Let's head to the opposite side here, and again, the furthest left one out of these 3, you're going to want to start by placing 3 smooth quartz stairs going over, then 8 pink concrete, and then 4 smooth quartz stairs. And again, I'll copy that row below with the stairs upside down. You get the point for that. Clear your inventory minus the andesite walls and get out polished blackstone slabs, mangrove stairs, red concrete, and dark prismarine stairs. For this next one, I'm going to start by going over with 5 mangrove stairs, 5 red concrete, 5 mangrove stairs. And there are your upside down stairs and stuff. Nice. Next one is quite odd. You want to place a singular dark prismarine stair, then 12 red concrete, then 2 dark prismarine stairs. And again, you'll copy that row below with the upside down stairs. This furthest right one is going to be an exception to what I'm going to tell you to do in general, so we're going to actually do it separately. You want to, on top of this block of iron row, place a row of polished blackstone slabs, and then extend it towards you by 1. As for every other one, you're just bringing the block of iron up with what should be 4 rows of andesite walls to fill it in. There is one thing in addition, however, to that I want to make sure you don't forget. Off of the bottom row of andesite walls, because this looks so weird, you want to actually place a row of polished blackstone slabs. And I don't know why that makes it look so much better, but it does for some reason. I just now noticed. But yeah, the salads and sides one is the only one that's open, and I believe the only one you can access. I don't think you can get into any of the others. Well, you can get to the pizza one, because that one's also open. But that one's, like, not even the same thing anyway. So, does that really count? And I'm going to confirm really quickly before I keep building that none of these are open, because I remember that being the case, but I know that if I'm just like, oh yeah, no, that's what's happening, that I'm going to be wrong. So, I am correct, though, they are all closed. So yeah, get ready for banner letters. None of these, by the way, make sense, so don't try to make them, even if you know the names and stuff, because the background colors are different than the background color of the block. Like, for example, the burger one with the light blue background is yellow letters with a brown backdrop. I don't know. I forget why that's the case. There's something weird with the way that they are that made it be like that. Nice. Yeah, let's not even, like, start this. Although what I can tell you to do is at the left side here, I'm going to bring the cyan terracotta up. At least the front 2 rows, just so it kind of covers all that. Anything else that we can do quickly before I end? I don't think so. I mean, we can bring that forward, I guess. At the left side here, if you have 1 row of blue terracotta, which is going to be this guy right here, you can extend it forward with 44 rows of blue terracotta, or 44 more, or whatever. And it'll give you a wall. We won't build all of this, but it is just nice to get at least some of this back built out. Yeah, because we're about at 40 minutes, and I'm okay with the ones that I'll record today being a little bit shorter, so I can try to squeeze a 3rd video in. I want to do the... I'm debating, though, because I wanted to do the banner litter tutorial today that I had ready, and you can see why I won't want to. Anyway, once we're done that, ladies and gentlemen, that is part 8 of your security breach atrium done. I've lost count. It's been a minute. Either way, thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys did enjoy this video, hopefully, yeah, I mean, we'll probably rip out those banner letters, and I'll just have to suck it up and do another 50 pretty much for the tutorial. It won't be that many, because some of them, like half of the letters don't have 2, so it's probably like 40-ish. Anyway, with that being said, have a fantastic rest of your day or night, and I will see you on the next one. Oh, I took my emote. I knew that was gonna happen too. I like just remembered last second to check. Bye.